Augusta Stevens,
age 12,
Peregrine Cottage, Peregrine Point, St.Ives, Cornwall. I hate my name. I get called Aug and Custard, or I did at my London school. Grandpop called me Princess Augusta. I thought I was a real princess until I was about 7. I was quite relieved when I found out I wasn't. I thought I'd have to go and live with the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at Buckingham Palace.
Gussie, have you got your bleeper? Must you wear that hat?
I must. It was Grandpop's.
This is the first walk I've had here on my own. She's a bit overprotective, my mother. Whenever anybody came to see us in London with a cough or a cold, she wouldn't let them in case I caught it. She says I won't catch colds here. Bloody right I won't. There's no one within a mile to catch anything from. God, I miss diesel fumes. When Mum said we were moving to Cornwall for my health, I thought we'd be staying in the middle of town and I'd be able to go on the beach and make friends. It's always been a dream of mine to live in St.Ives. Ever since we came here when I was little, when Mum and Daddy were happy together. My heart has to work really hard just to keep me sitting still. I've heard it through a stethoscope. It sounds like an express train going through a tunnel. Scary, really. I'll have a heart and lung transplant operation one day, which means someone has to die first, someone whose blood type, etc. matches mine. They'll phone when they've got donor organs for me. It's an amazing thought, someone else's heart and lungs being used by me. Will I have their feelings? Will I have their heartbreak, their heartache, their heartstrings? What are heartstrings? What does warm the cockles of your heart mean? A Grandpop expression. Will I be aware of having part of someone else inside me? I wonder if the dead person's parents will be happy, or rather less unhappy, that their child's heart would still be pumping for someone else. I would be. I wonder if those big black birds on our trees are jackdaws or rooks. All big black birds look the same to me, and they all go caw or wah, more or less. There's so much to learn about everything. Will there be time? I had a really good time when I stayed with Grandpop and Grandma. Grandpop used to cheer me on when I did crazy stuff, like leap from roof to roof of the beach huts, and walking along the railing above the beach at Shoeburyness. I didn't get dizzy in those days. I remember Grandma saying, "Do you want to kill her?" and Grandpop saying, "Better she dies doing something she really wants to do, rather than dying in bed." Dying in bed is for old people. I don't really think about how much time I've got. Mum says it doesn't do to worry about things you can't change. But I do think about death quite often. I expect it will be like before I was born. Nothingness. But I don't want oblivion just yet. I want to smell honeysuckle in the dark. To hear my cat greet me with her special purring mew. I want to smell old books. I want a boy to kiss me one day. I want to see a whale. I've never seen a whale. I want to run along a beach again. I want to live.
There are so many different sorts of gulls. I can't tell the difference between them really.
Except that Pop is a mature herring gull. Mum says he's the ghost of Grandpop, because everybody knows that sailors come back as seagulls. In St.Ives they're all over the roofs. The young ones are brown and speckled, making a great racket, all wheezing and hunching their shoulders, as if they've got asthma. And the very young ones jump up and down, flapping their virginal, or vestal, or is it vestigial wings. They hang about for weeks, being waited on by their parents, who regurgitate fish and chips and pasties for them to eat. I wonder if they suffer like humans by eating only rubbish. All those E numbers. Pop hasn't brought a female to our house. He must be a bachelor or a widower, or maybe he's gay. I wonder if they have homosexual girls. Grandpop used to make me paper planes when I was little. I've just remembered that. I prefer this paper to Grandpop's, because it has poems in it and no tits, so it must be good. I think I might start writing poetry like Mum. I did some at my first school, but that was just juvenile stuff. My next lot will be sophisticated and sensitive and mature. The results of vast experience. Having divorced parents and grandparents who die, having a life-threatening disease, that sort of thing. Poetry is a way of thinking about things that frighten us. Mum said that. How does anyone find time to do everything they want to do in their lives? Life's too short. I haven't run since I was 7. There is probably someone just going about their life, eating chips, doing a really difficult maths exam, reading Shakespeare, listening to rap music, skipping, washing their hair, playing piano, cuddling their daddy, writing a poem, just being who they were born to be. Who will one day soon run into the road in front of a car, or fall off a bike, or have a fatal bungee jump. And that person or that person's parents are going to give their heart and lungs to me. What an amazing gift. My new heart and lungs. A life. A few more years anyway.
Mum, it says here that a snail can repair its broken shell in just a few days. Specific cells in the mantle produce a matrix that becomes mineralized with calcium carbonate. This is what makes the shell hard. The mantle will continue to secrete matrix until the mollusk and its shell are fully grown.
Forgive me if I do not bestow the usual gifts of riches and beauty. I would rather grant stillness in your life for regarding small things. The angle of a wren's tail, for example, or the slow flowering of lichen. A quietness in your heart allowing you to notice snowdrops lighting the darkness under an apple tree. How at 4 p.m. on the last day of January, wet sand is the blue of a robin's egg. How a single bluebell has no smell, but a bluebell wood has a cold fragrance. How an olive leaf is like a silver fish, and a severed cypress bract is the green foot of a hummingbird. May you be watched over by the god of simplicity, a piece of smooth beach glass, an ermine moth on muslin, a god who brings joy at the sight of a daisied meadow, who shows one palm leaf waving while others are still, and offers calmness to watch the healing of a snail's broken shell.
Last night I dreamed that Grandpop and Grandma were in my room, smiling at me. Both their cheerful faces above me, smiling. And then I heard Grandpop say clearly, "Safe journey, Princess. God bless." Before dawn, the curlews and oyster catchers were calling to each other as they flew towards the estuary. I'm here," they called. "Don't get lost. This way, this way, this way."